I was just about to record a video, the top 3 maybe off-the-board centermans that Winnipeg may look to acquire, and I don't have to do that anymore because Sean Monahan has been traded to the Winnipeg Jets from the Montreal Canadiens for a first-round pick in 2024 and a conditional third-round pick if Winnipeg does win the Stanley Cup. So if they win the Cup, Montreal will receive the third-round pick. That's a big price tag. I wasn't really expecting the Jets to blow their first-round pick on Sean Monahan, let alone it being a first-round pick for him, I think is crazy. I think if they gave up that second-round pick acquired in the Gabe Vilardi deal with Pierre-Luc Dubois there, if they gave that up, I think I'd be feeling a lot better about the situation. They'd still have that first-round pick. But Sean Monahan going for a first seems really expensive to me. I don't think he's a bad player or anything, but does he really move the needle to the, extent that Winnipeg needs to, be a real contender this year? I'm not so sure. Elias Lindholm obviously got traded from the Flames to Vancouver, so that took really the easy option on everyone's board off the table, right? He's a UFA. He was that bigger name guy really out there since, the fall. Everybody was knowing that Lindholm was likely to get moved, and now that, he went, I think teams were kind of like, okay, the center market is pretty thin. What can I do here? And I don't think, Monahan's a bad player or anything. I'm just astounded by the price that the Jets had to give up, but, I guess that's just the market. But looking past, the price tag that they had to give up for him, Monahan's not a bad player. 35 points in 49 games, that's not bad. He is a good offensive weapon, probably more of a playmaking center than an actual shooter. His finishing ability, has kind of dialed off since, the early days when he was, a pretty good centerman over there in Calgary, maybe like a low-end 1C, mid-tier 1C there in Calgary for a few years earlier on in his career, but definitely more of a playmaker now. I would imagine he's going to be playing with Nikolai Ehlers and Cole Perfetti with a healthy lineup. We'll, get to see that after the All-Star break, I assume. But I don't think that this is the worst fit for Winnipeg. I just hate the price tag attached to it. After the All-Star break, it does seem like the Jets are going to be fully healthy, as Connor Scheifele and Vilardi will likely be the first line. And now with Monahan, it'll be, Perfetti with Monahan in the middle and Ehlers more than likely. I think that top 6 is pretty safe. And then the bottom 6 is pretty strong, I'd have to say. Niederreiter and Lowry with Iafallo. I like that a lot better than Appleton. Maybe Iafallo and Appleton switch positions there on the 3rd and 4th line, but then Barron, Nemestikov, and, one of Iafallo or Appleton. I think that'd be perfect. And I really like the forward core. Would I hate if the Jets went ahead and added another forward? No. And they can actually do that with the addition of Sean Monahan because he does not have a very large salary cap hit. His cap hit is only for this season. He's a UFA in the offseason, but just under $2 million for Sean Monahan. The Jets will still have some flexibility to make some other moves if they do choose to. I don't think they're done. I would be amazed if they're done at this point. I think they're probably still looking at a defenseman. I wouldn't mind a guy like Chris Tanev. Maybe they do go big fish hunting for, a guy like, Jacob Chikrin. I think it's pretty unlikely now that they've burned their first-round pick on Sean Monahan. Maybe that kind of deal isn't happening now, but maybe Sean Walker, Chris Tanev, rather. But we'll have to see how things play out. I would love to see them add another 1 or 2 guys to this lineup to really solidify this team. Maybe bump Nate Schmidt out of the starting lineup. I think the Jets have a lot of options, and we'll have to see what they do going forward here. But what does Sean Monahan bring to the Winnipeg Jets, you ask? He is going to be a force on the power play. He plays that bumper position in Montreal, and he's done very good this season, obviously. I do think that he will be an upgrade on the power play for sure, and, maybe moving Scheifele to the slot, maybe that'll be an upgrade in itself, right? Because Scheifele in the slot back, in his prime days there in the 17-18 Jets, that man was scoring constantly on the power play in the slot. So we'll see what happens. I would love to see Scheifele shoot some more, and maybe the Jets have that flexibility to do that now with a guy like Monahan playing the bumper, but we'll have to see. But I do like Monahan as an addition on the power play. I'm definitely not complaining about that. The power play does need to improve, and if he's the guy that is going to turn it around or be a part of turning it around, so be it. Another thing Winnipeg's been god-awful at this season is face-offs. They cannot win a face-off to save their life, and Sean Monahan right now, so far this season through 49 games, is running at 55% on the face-off dot. So that would be a big help because Winnipeg really doesn't have anybody except sometimes Adam Lowry that wins face-off. Scheifele has had a terrible year there. Nemestikov not really doing a great job either. They need some more possession, and Sean Monahan being a good face-off guy as well as being a good playmaker, top 6 player. It is a good pickup when you look at it with a wide lens, but it is just pretty scary when you see the price tag attached to him. But I'm just going to ride with it now. I'm not going to say I absolutely hate it or anything like that. I think he'll be a good fit with Nikolai Ehlers, and I think, Cole Perfetti with Sean Monahan as well will be really good. So I'm excited to see the lineup fully healthy. It's been a while since we've been able to, have a fully healthy Winnipeg Jets lineup. I don't really know if we've had it at all this year, besides the first maybe 1 to 2 games of the season. But going forward here, I am excited. I think Monahan will be a good fit. Will he push the needle as far as Winnipeg needs him to? That's yet to be seen, but I'm not totally upset by it. I think that he does fill a lot of needs for Winnipeg quite well, actually. Would I have liked to see another centerman brought in here? Maybe like a Brock Nelson, of course. Right, but at this point, the center market is so thin, and look, if Sean Monahan's the guy that's going to come in here to Winnipeg and kind of fix and plug some of their weaknesses, then I think it's a good trade, and we'll see what else Chevy wants to do at the deadline, because I do anticipate that there is at least one more move in his back pocket. But, it's been a while since Kevin Cheveldayoff has missed on a trade. I mean, bringing in Niederreiter and Nemestikov last trade deadline obviously didn't push the Jets really over the edge or anything like that, but it set them up for this season. Obviously, fleecing the LA Kings in the Pierre-Luc Dubois deal, bringing in Gabe Vilardi, Alex Iafallo, Kapari, and a second-round pick. That was unbelievable. So, Chevy's done a great job, and he's done some good moves. Let's see how this one pans out. And just a side note, hats off to the Montreal Canadiens. What a job with asset management. Kent Hughes last year getting paid a first-round pick to take Sean Monahan, and then flipping him this season for a first-round pick and a conditional third, way down the line in, 2027. But still, hats off to Kent Hughes. What a job. Got to admire that. EA franchise mode, GMs here. We all got to tip the hat, man. That's incredible. But overall, I'm not super mad at the deal or anything like that. I would have loved to not given up a first-round pick on Sean Monahan, but alas, it is what it is. The center market is thin. The Jets get a guy that's going to plug some holes, contribute offensively, and probably be a pretty good fit with Nikolai Ehlers. So I'm excited to see what happens going forward here with the Winnipeg Jets. But with that, guys, I am going to hop on out here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. I know it's pretty split right now. I'm just looking at Twitter and everything, seeing, the mixed reactions. I definitely am not, 100% sure how to feel about it yet, but, we'll get to see him play sooner rather than later. So definitely leave your thoughts down below. I want to hear from you guys. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We recently just hit 2,000 subscribers. That's absolutely insane. Last few months on the channel have been absolutely incredible support-wise. So if you're, one of the newer subs to the channel, thanks so much, and enjoy the ride here. I've got a whole bunch of content coming very soon for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, that's all I got. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.